Hello, I'm John Schultz, the owner-chef of the Lake Elmo Inn. And today's helpful hint is going to be how to cook the perfect hard-boiled egg. Again, as you know from the past videos that I've done, I'll tell you that there are differences on the way to cook any particular product. And today with eggs, you can go on the internet and find all kinds of methods on how to cook an egg. One of the things that's consistent is that they never talk about, and some do, the size of the egg. They'll tell you it's 8 to 9 minutes, or it's 10 to 12 minutes, or it might be 12 to 14 minutes. And all that has to do with this is the size of the egg. An extra large egg, which is what we have here, you have large and you have medium. So you have to take that in consideration. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and show you how I cook hard-boiled eggs. And believe me, this has been a long, drawn-out process. I'm frustrated with peeling eggs that don't peel. It looks like a moon rock at the end. And you want to throw it against the wall. And I have to be honest, I have done that because I've been so frustrated. We've done our research. We've looked at how to do things. We don't like the green ring around the egg yolk. We like to have a perfect yellow yolk and a white outside and easy to peel. The perfect hard-boiled egg. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking eggs and I'm putting them in a basket. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them into boiling water. And then in boiling water is my method because it brings instant heat to that shell and it causes an instant reaction which helps separate that film that coats the outside of the egg and the shell, which makes it easier to peel. So I'm going to put those into the boiling water, and then I want that to simmer, and for this size egg, around 13 minutes. It does not always work, but I'm hoping that it does. So then we're going to go over and set a timer. And my timer happens to be way over here. So if you can hear it, I'm going to set it for 13 minutes. And then when that timer goes off, we're going to check to see how the eggs are done. All right, we're almost there. We're going to check the timer. And yes, we are. We're right there. So we're going to come back. We're going to pull our eggs out. I'm going to bring it over. There's two ways to tell if an egg is done. One, I'm going to show you a raw egg, and I want you to spin it. You can see it? That's it. You get a hard-boiled egg, and you got a perfect spiral. And if that does not do it, I'm going to take a knife. I'm going to get it cold because this egg is 212 degrees. And I'm going to quick peel it. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And you can see that it's hot. My hands can take a little bit of heat, but so now we're going to cut the egg and see if it's done. That is truly the only way to do it. So as you can see, there's a little bit of yellow left. That's not good enough for me. Not for my customers. They want to see the egg completely cooked, or they think, oh my God, I'm going to get sick. This egg wasn't all the way cooked. But we're only 30, 40 seconds away, and it's going to be done. So I'll continue to talk in regard to what we do with all the eggshells. We put them in our pig bucket, and we send it up to Barthold Farms. As you know, we're a big proponent of that. We love being able to feed their hogs and make them supply the country with pork. So when it comes to the water, as you can see in this kettle, the water's boiling still pretty hard. And in this set, I just turned it back on, but in this kettle, I like to have it at a simmer, and this one should be at a simmer as well. And two things. Water only gets to 212 degrees. So when the water is boiling hard, you're just wasting more utilities because you have to have the burner up higher to get that water to have more bubbles and to create more action. And if it's down to a simmer, I've just reduced my amount of gas that I'm coming through this burner by about 50%, and I'm saving money. And I don't need to run have all those bubbles and all that boiling action because that's going to rip up my eggs. So my eggs have been in a little bit longer, so I'm going to take them out. And then from here, one of the things that I found is if I can break a few of the eggs before they go in, so I'm just popping them up, and I'm putting them in my ice cold water. So now they're sitting, and this here also, it's like when you take a cold glass and pour hot boiling water into it. If you took a frozen glass, it's going to shatter the glass. Well, you're putting a hot egg into ice water and it's going to shrink. It's going to shrivel right up, and that's going to help that process of peeling, which we just saw. Now let's peel these eggs. I take them out of my ice water and I just peel back the skin. It doesn't get any simpler than that, and it doesn't have to be so difficult or so frustrating. And if the egg isn't completely cracked, then go ahead. It does help to have them cracked as they go before they go in that water, so that cold water gets in between the shell and the egg, and it just makes it so much easier. And then we'll take a look at what our egg looks like on this one. Look at that. Not too bad. Very delicious, as you know. So with that hint, and with my trusty assistant, Miss Mandy, who's filming this for me, that's the insider tip.